I am reading from the publication A Handbook on Value Education, Volume 2, 2004, that is the year. It was published from the Ramakrishna Mission, Institute of Culture, Gold Park, Kolkata, 700029. The introductory writing about the subject. Actually, it was through his initiative, that is, latter who became one of the vice president, Swami Pravananda Maharaj, although he is no more with us in body but in spirit, on value education. He started the movement. And I am trying to read out the introductory writing by Swami Pravananda Maharaj. For the last 5 days, you have been actively participating in the workshop on value education. We have been organizing such workshops from the last year, and after carefully examining the outcome of the earlier programs, we have planned further steps in the matter. One thing we must have noticed, that our target group is the students above the 8th standard, belonging to the teenage group between 13 and 19. How to impart training of value education to the teenagers? This is a burning question now. The system of education that passes on training in value education to the teenagers includes the parents, the teachers, and the society. There is a lot to discuss on the subject. Scholars throughout the world are deeply engaged in researches on this issue nowadays. I would refer to one such research that is being conducted mainly in the Hawaii University and in an institution in Maryland since 1991. In May 2004, a report on such researches was published in the Times. It highlights quite a few new things. I will summarize 3 special points from the topic. Firstly, they said hormone surges make them, the teenagers, emotional tinder boxes. They fail to keep under check the upsurge of emotion that is generated in them. Sometimes they lose control over themselves due to this phenomenon. Secondly, earlier it was the notion that the brain completes its development in the adolescent period. Now it has been the finding that the brain requires up to 25 years to take a mature shape. Hence, the above report says an An immature cortex gives them the teenagers shaky judgment, so they are always doubtful about the correctness of their decisions. Thirdly, we know that the pineal gland in the brain releases a chemical called melatonin. The rate of release of the chemical is less during adolescence than that before and after the adolescent period. It disturbs their sleep schedules. A group of scientists, including the psychologist, physiologist, neurologist, and educational psychologist, engaged in the research work, stress on the point the parents, guardians, and the teachers are required to be aware of these factors. They should not fail to carry out their responsibilities. The report has the following 7 rules for the parents. Number 1, what you do matters. Sometimes the parents become passive about educating their children when they grow up a little. They do stop guiding them under the wrong notion that grown-up children won't listen to them or that they might react negatively. This is not correct. The researchers have conducted studies on many children, and based on factual data, they advise the parents saying, good parenting continues to help if we seriously mean to help them in their growth. The children would rather like it. Outwardly, it might appear that the children do not like such guidance, but a close scrutiny would reveal the true facts to be otherwise. Number 2, you can be too loving. Nothing can be at par with the parents' affection. The parents should not be found wanting in this respect. There cannot be any question of hesitation on the part of the parents to care for their children. On the other hand, the children expect such care at least to the age of 20. The researchers have said, do not hold back when it comes to pouring on the praise and showing physical affection. At the same time, they have a word of caution to utter, but do not embarrass them in front of their friends. Number 3, stay involved. This idea runs contrary to the common belief that the parents have nothing to do with children's programs and their ways of life. It says that the parents should try to involve themselves in the lives of their children, it is not difficult for the parents to attend the functions, programs, and sports in which their children participate. It is also not difficult to keep rapport with the children's friends. Over and above that, they should find time as much as possible for their children. These help the teenagers in the long run to remove the obstacles from the path of their growth and have been proved beneficial for the proper development of their personality. Number 4, adapt your parenting. Adapt your parenting. It is true that the parents should perform their part by loving, caring, and disciplining the children. But the strategy has to change. It has been observed that during the teenage, due to the secretion of some hormones in the body, they start to feel that they are independent. One more notable thing about their psychology is the ability to reason improves dramatically among teenagers. We do not generally realize this special trait in them. As a result, the researchers say they will challenge you if what you are asking does not make sense. We should be careful not to look at them as babies anymore. Our approach is required to be established on reasoning. Number 5, set limits. What do the children of this age group want? Primarily, they want love, affection, and care. Next to it is discipline. What they want. What type of discipline? The discipline that is to be taught should be based on realistic needs like social rules and conventions, family traditions, etc. The parents should explain the implications of such rules of adjustment and then discipline the teenagers accordingly. The report has proposed 2 methods to realize the objective. Be firm and fair. When the parents want that the children should follow their advice to shape children's life, the parents should be extra cautious in their approach. This should not be done slovenly. Following this, the findings have one more suggestion to make. Relax your rules as a child demonstrates more maturity. It seems we are not accommodating in this respect. A growth is compared with a spiral growth when it is not inspired by human relationship. If we are not aware of this particular aspect of our approach, we will not be able to help the children to grow. Number 6, independence. Each child loves to be independent or self-reliant. The teenagers' drive for independence should not be equated with rebelliousness, disobedience, or disrespect. We have to acknowledge this quality in them and deal with them with sympathy and care. A report also says, let them push for autonomy. Our approach should appreciate their endeavors to be self-reliant and self-sufficient. This idea echoes Swami Vivekananda's cause. He wants the youth to be self-sufficient in all respects, to grow self-esteem. They should be able to stand on their own legs. About this, a group of psychologists observe, give them the psychological space they need for self-reliance. When a child wants to grow through its own efforts, the parents should make sure that they are provided with the most congenial psychological ambience and free environment. Similar is the case with a sapling. Its growth will be thwarted every moment if checks are not removed. Rather, it won't tolerate obstructions. Number 7, lastly, explain your decisions. In order for your teenager to live up to their expectations, your rules and decisions have to be clear and appropriate. Further, they advise it is no longer good enough to say, because I said so. These are valuable words. Many parents would like an ideal and would dream. If my children were so, this dream profile of the ideal should be shaped rationally, and the parents should be able to depict the picture to the teenagers so clearly as would impress and convince them. I do often listen to various problems faced by the parents, especially in Kolkata, concerning their teenage children. I hope and trust they would get rid of their problems if they follow the points prescribed in the report. The children also will be benefited and will grow as ideal citizens of the country. Namaste Jyotirajaya Vivekananda Suraya Satchit Sukha Sarupayo Shamine Tapoharine. Om Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.